Hey there bloggers, content creators, and online entrepreneurs. Welcome back to my channel where we turn your passion and knowledge into a profitable reality. Today we're diving into a great opportunity for bloggers, content creators, and online educators. Ebooks. Yes, you've heard that right. It's all about how to write digital books and sell them for profit. Why sell ebooks, you ask? Imagine sharing your knowledge and ideas with the world, establishing yourself as an expert and a trustworthy source in your niche and domain, and earning money in your sleep on top of that. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, it's not just a dream, it's very, very achievable. And I'm here to show you how. And I'm speaking from personal experience. I started packaging up my knowledge into ebooks about 5 to 6 years ago and selling them on my blog at the beginning of my blogging journey. And it was such a game changer. I now have an entire series of the She Approach to books that I sell on my blog and website, such as my book, The She Approach to Making Pinterest Possible, or my newest book, The She Approach to Making Your First 3 Amazon Affiliate Sales, alongside a few other digital products, templates, and courses. I mostly sell these on my blog with the exception of a couple of Amazon planners and trackers and my guide to starting a profitable blog that I sell exclusively on Amazon. You'll find a couple of videos on my channel about how to create and sell low content books and planners on Amazon KDP if that's the direction that you want to go down on. But for this video, I want to focus on creating informational ebooks that you can sell on your own platform or website for maximum profit. There's no one else taking a cut. You get to keep the entire amount, and then you can also price your ebooks higher. Let me tell you about the first ebook I ever launched. I sold it for $15, and in my launch week, I made about 7 to 8 sales, which is just over $100. At the time, I was absolutely thrilled. That was a great success because I had such a small audience. But it's fair to say that I've learned a thing or two about creating and selling ebooks since. And if you've been tracking my income reports, you'll know that to date, I have made over $120,000 with digital product sales alone, a majority of which are ebook sales. And I'm not the only one who's seen a real success by selling ebooks. Don't think that you need to have ebooks in the business sphere or niche to make sales. That's really not the case. Take, for example, Whole Life Nurse, a nurse teaching fellow nurses how to live a life with less stress while making more money and while progressing in their careers. Kelsey, the creator, has reported earning over $1 million in sales since she launched her blog, and this combines all her digital products such as her membership, products, and ebooks, some of which are priced as low as $9. Or take Tiffy Cooks, who turned her passion for cooking into a recipe cookbook that she sells on her blog. She reported making anywhere between $40,000 and $60,000 a month with her blog. And there's also a Pinch of Yum who reported making $4,000 in a single month with one singular ebook. And this was back in 2016, so I can only imagine her ebook sales have gone up since. And these are just a few examples. I have educators and content creators in every single niche, from soap making to gardening to parenthood and pregnancy and more, inside my ebook bestseller bootcamp course, who have reported making anywhere from a couple of $100 extra a month with their ebook sales to sums as high as $1,000 to $3,000 every month in ebook sales. It's the passive income dream come true, and you can do it too. Let me walk you through it. I'm planning for this to be quite an in-depth video as I really want to cover all the bases. But if you don't have the patience to listen through it, I do have a 3-part blog post series on my blog that breaks down these exact steps that you can quickly scan through and get the information that you're looking for depending where you are in your ebook writing journey. I will link those down below, but for now, here's what you need to do to write and sell an ebook for profit. The first thing is picking your ebook topic, and you'll want to find a profitable topic. The secret? Finding the sweet spot between where your passion meets what your audience is desperately seeking. Solve a problem, answer a question, fulfill a need. You ideally already know what your mission is online, who you're helping, who your target audience is, and you just need to find an ebook topic that aligns with that. Who is out there reading your blog or interacting with your content? And can you realistically help them get from point A to point B? Your ebook doesn't have to go through the entire alphabet. You want to underpromise and overdeliver, not the other way around. So don't write an ebook about how to become a millionaire overnight or how to get your dog to never misbehave ever again. Write an ebook about how you can double your income in the next 6 months, or how to teach basic obedience training and tricks to your puppy. Something achievable, something that maybe you've done yourself or that you know it's possible. For more inspiration, you can look at what your audience is currently interacting with on your blog. What content that you've already posted does really well? Does it strike a chord with them? Could you write an ebook that goes even more in depth about something that you've already shared online? But if you don't have an audience yet and you're just starting out, that's totally fine. You can use other books for inspiration. For example, the Amazon book bestseller list is a great place to go to see what's selling. Just because it's in a paperback format doesn't mean those topics and problems and ebook ideas don't make sense. Go to the Amazon bestseller book list and see what topics and niches are doing well. You can narrow it down by non-fiction books in specific categories, and you'll be amazed how many ideas you can get from here. Take, for example, these books on how to navigate menopause, how to build better habits, how to practice self-love for women, how to make friends and influence people, how to help your dog live longer by making it healthy foods from scratch, how to grow vegetables, and so on. What all these books have in common is that they teach a skill, they solve a problem, or they give a clear path to achieve something specific. Take this principle and apply it to your own knowledge, niche, or ebook idea. Now onto the creation magic. How do you put this ebook together? Writing and creating your ebook doesn't have to take ages. With a focused plan and clear steps, you can go to manuscript from idea in 30 days or less. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've seen a couple of those videos that promise to teach you how to put together an ebook in 24 hours or less. That's not really been my experience. You can absolutely create an ebook that you can give away for free in 24 hours or very simplistic PDF. But if we're talking about a really valuable informational ebook, it usually takes me anywhere from 1 to 3 months to put it together, depending on the topic or how in-depth the book is. If you want to create a truly valuable ebook that people will pay and praise you for, your process might look a little bit more like mine. But once again, my ebooks are anywhere from 10,000 to 40,000 words, so it's an individual process based on the topic of the ebook that I've chosen. And this includes everything from researching it, writing it, formatting it, publishing it, creating the sales pages for it, and so on. There is a lot that goes into it, but it's all possible. And I find it so much easier once you've written your first ebook to duplicate that process and write your second and third. It really goes along faster. And it's such a great idea to build a library of premium products that your audience can purchase and learn from you. Like I said, it all depends on your vision and your chosen topic, but I had students inside my ebook bestseller bootcamp course that were able to take their idea and turn it into a finished manuscript and publish it within 30 days. Speaking of creating and publishing an ebook, here's what you need to do to make that happen. Step number 1 is to pick your ebook title. Once you've decided on a topic, you want to pick a couple of title ideas or suggestions that resonate with this book. You can look at other books that you find on Amazon or maybe ebooks sold by some bloggers in similar niches to find out how people format their book titles. And you can even use an AI tool like Jasper AI, write a blurb about what your ebook is going to be about, and ask it to generate a few ebook title ideas. I find that it does really well at suggesting post ideas, book ideas, even ideas for different projects that I have. So I do use it quite a bit for brainstorming purposes. And the reason why I recommend picking a title first before writing your book and naming it after is that it will help you stay focused and on track while writing it. So if you have a clear idea of what the title is going to be about, it's going to help you narrow down the focus of the ebook and really make sure that it's specific enough that somebody who needs it can look at the book title and think, this is exactly what I've been looking for, instead of, oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. You can always change the book title down the line or after you finish writing it if you realize that it was going in a different direction or you have better ideas for it. But having the title in front of you every time you sit down to write for it will help you stay focused and in the zone. Step number 2 is to outline your ebook. This is where you take your topic and break it down into manageable chapters, sub-chapters, and other sections. This will be the foundation of your ebook, and it will make it so much easier for you to focus on one section at a time rather than sitting down and not having an idea where to start. If you often get overwhelmed by all the information that you want to include, this will make sure that you're sitting down and that you have a plan for it going into it. I usually idea dump everything into a document. So if I had this great idea for a digital product, I will open a new document, paste in all my ideas or the things that I want to include and go over, all my conclusions, all the research that I had for it, and so on. And I just idea dump it into a document before sitting down and actually creating an outline that makes sense. At this point, you'll want to organize it into chapters and make sure that your book has a good flow to it. So unlike blog posts where you can focus on one thing at a time and then you can move on to the next, you do want your books and ebooks to have a better flow. So if somebody's sitting down and writing it, you want it to make sure that it makes sense if they read it from start to finish. While on my blog, if you read a post I wrote 2 years ago and a post I wrote today, it will still kind of make sense, right? They're very different sections. But you do want to organize your chapters and subchapters in a way that makes sense for people, depending on the journey you're taking them on. So take, for example, my Amazon affiliate guide and ebook. In the first chapter, I include the benefits of joining the Amazon affiliate program and go over the entire registration process. I can jump into teaching people how to use their affiliate links or how to make sales without them first getting approved into the Amazon affiliate program, right? So start from the beginning, lay out the context if you need to, think about where your audience is and who you're writing for as well. If you're not writing a book aimed at beginners, you can probably skip to some of the more advanced chapters, but either way, just make sure that it flows and that it makes sense. You'll also need to add a few extra sections to your book, such as a copyright notice, relevant disclaimers or disclosures, and about the author page, your table of contents. This can also be added and generated at the very end, as of course it will depend on what's actually organized in chapters and how many pages per chapter you have, which you can't determine until you've written it, but just keep in mind to add it at the beginning and then update it before you publish your ebook. And optional, but at the end you can add something such as more books from this author, where you showcase your other books and digital products. You can add a request for reviews or for feedback, which will help you get a couple of testimonials for the book. And it's very good to add at the end as people have just read it, maybe they've implemented it. So you're just basically reaching out and saying, what did you think of this ebook? Please give me your thoughts. And it often works better if you give them a little treat or a bonus for people to do that and spend time giving you critique and feedback. But it's such a great way to start getting testimonials for your book so you can put it on the sales page. More on that later. And you can also add an invitation for people to join your affiliate program where they can promote your book for a cut of the profits and basically become a promoter and marketer for this book that they've bought and they've loved. Step number 3, also something that I do before I sit down and write it, is to do the research. Once your outline is finished and you know what you want to include in this book, you then want to start researching the information that you want to include to make sure that you're relying accurate information that's up to date. This can include reading industry articles, conducting interviews with experts, looking into case studies, writing down your own experience and research, finding out statistical information that you might want to include. Is basically just putting together and piling on the information that you can then sit down and write rather than do it the other way around. You don't want to sit down and start writing something and then realize, wait, I'm basing this on these statistics, but I forgot what the actual numbers are. I need to do a 30-minute Google search to find it out. So obviously, if you do the research before, pack it up in the section and just have it ready to go. It's easier to look at it and then write than the other way around. And once again, I do a little bit of a research dump for this. Don't worry if not everything is in its own place or is not written the best way. Just come back and fill in the gaps later. And this brings us to step number 4, writing your ebook. For this point, don't worry about how the ebooks looks, just focus on the actual words and content. I usually open a brand new document to write in it, and I call this the first kind of crappy draft. It doesn't really matter, I just want to start writing and put together the ideas that I have in those organized chapters and sections that I have laid out before. Start with your introduction chapter first, stating what this ebook will cover, who is it for, what do you hope to accomplish, and how it will benefit the reader. Move on chapter by chapter and section by section, and write in depth about each topic. Don't worry about making it perfect, just get your information out there and you can come back later to edit and proofread it. Once you have completed this, write your conclusion. This is where you summarize all the information in the book, and you leave the reader with a final call to action or invitation. Writing really is the part that takes the longest, but if you're organized and consistent with it, you can get it done quite quickly. Just take your word count goal for this ebook. So let's say, for example, you want to write an ebook that's about 10,000 words, and create a manageable writing schedule. So let's say, for example, you aim to write 500 words each day. It will take you 20 days to finish writing it. Or if you write 800 words a day, it will only take you 12 days. Now, if you're wondering how long your ebook should be, the answer is it depends. The word count really is up to the kind of ebook you're writing and its topic and purpose. If your A to Z is quite simple, for example, you want to help overwhelmed moms meal prep freezer-friendly family meals, and you can do so by putting together a frozen recipe e-cookbook that has 40 recipes. You realistically only need 40 pages, right? You don't need to aim for a specific word count as long as the information that you're trying to relay is included in there. And ebooks that contain a lot of visual graphic elements such as photos, graphics, graphs, and so on usually need less words. So it's really not about the word count. But if you're writing a book called The Ultimate Guide to Buying Your First Home, a guide for new homeowners, and you deliver a book that's only 20 pages and 500 words, most people will be disappointed and probably ask for a refund, right? Because it's such a complex topic, there's no way you can possibly cover it in only 20 pages, especially when 5 of those pages are like the copyright notice and the introduction and so on. So set a realistic goal that works for you and is in line with your ebook topic, and carve out some time each day to write it out. While I do write 95% of my books myself, I also use the AI writer Jasper AI to help fill in some of the gaps and help me when I'm stuck and I have writer's block. I use it to generate a couple of outlines or the order of some chapters, or even some introductions and conclusions after I've written the bulk of the content, asking them to basically summarize what I've already written. And in case you didn't know this, you can actually get Jasper AI to analyze and mimic your tone of voice and your writing style. So you can either upload a document or give it the URL to your website, and it will create a tone of voice template that it will then use to write your ebook in the same manner. I have an entire video on how to use Jasper AI to write content quicker. This is applicable for both blog posts and ebooks. Be sure to check that out if you're interested in writing this ebook a little faster and getting that extra help. But here are a few tricks that will work wonders with just speeding up that process. First of all, you can have Jasper finish your sentences. So start writing out your paragraphs and then hit Ctrl J and it will continue writing the paragraph for you. Most of the time it's so intuitive that it will know exactly what you're trying to say. If it's not, and if it's taking you a new direction, delete what they've written and write a little bit more before asking it to take over. It might just not understand the point you're trying to make. You can also feed it information and ask it to summarize it for you. You can give Jasper commands, and I have an entire list of commands in my blog post that you can use. But basically, paste in the information that you've accumulated. This could be your research, the things that you want to include, things that you've already written, and so on. And then just write out, summarize this information in the last X paragraphs, and focus on the importance of X and Y. So you can give really complex kind of commands and have it play that out. I also use the rewrite the last sentence quite a bit when I don't like what I've written, but I'm stuck on how to phrase it differently. And if you want to try Jasper AI for free, go to thesheerapproach.com/AI and you can start a free trial. This is an incredible tool that can really help you write your content a little faster, be a bit more productive in your writing stage, and really generate ideas. But I wouldn't recommend writing more than 10 to 20% of your ebook with an AI tool because it will be noticeable. And if you do use an AI tool, make sure to rewrite everything that's been spitting out by them, write it in your own voice, make your own modifications, and at the very end of your book, make sure that you review it as a whole, edit and proofread it. I sometimes also use some free text-to-speech apps to paste in what I've written and hear it back, as it helps me catch my mistakes, it helps me understand what doesn't sound as good as I thought it did in writing, and it's just a great way to review your work before you publish your book. You can also hire somebody off Fiverr, for example, to proofread and edit your book. I find that sometimes proofreaders and editors really know what they're talking about. I actually interviewed a professional book editor for my ebook bestseller bootcamp course, and she walked me and my students through the process that professional editors go through when they're receiving kind of final manuscripts. And it's mind-blowing. It makes so much sense, but obviously the last thing you want to do is sell an ebook for $50 and then have grammatical errors and spelling mistakes in there. So it's kind of worth doing. And then the next step is to format your ebook. Now that you have your ebook content, it's time to put it all together. Generally for ebooks, you have to deliver them in a PDF format. So you can choose any tool that will allow you to put it together and then save it as a PDF. For Amazon books, if you choose to publish on their platform, PDFs are also an accepted format for the manuscript that you turn in. But for Kindle books, it do require a specific format that needs to be compatible with Kindle readers. I break down all these requirements inside my ebook bestseller bootcamp course. So if you're interested in self-publishing a paperback on Amazon and you want to learn more about that process, I do break it down in there. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you how you can create these ebooks to be able to sell them on your own blog or website. And I recommend doing so because, like I said, you keep more of the profits. You can price your ebooks a lot higher than on Amazon, where the competition is a little bit insane. And you just have more control over your ebook sales. You can collect email addresses. You can do a bunch more if you sell them on your own platform. So to do that, all you need is a PDF file of your ebook. Depending on your ebook topic and type, you can create it in either Canva or in a Word document. As my ebooks are very wordy, 10,000 words plus, I usually create them in the Office Word. I really find that they have great features for putting together an ebook, such as a table of contents that automatically updates and can be inserted automatically, the ability to create your own style guide. For example, each chapter title is the same font and color, each subtitle is another font, and so on. And you get a lot of flexibility to add links, images, move the text around, and so on. If I wrote my book, then go back to edit a page, the text will spell out automatically on the next page. While on Canva, you have to move everything page by page to make room for additional updates and content. I do love Canva for creating planners where I know exactly what will be on each page, or for creating less wordy ebooks that are just visually rich. For example, cookbooks, photography books, etc. You can easily create and format them in Canva. If you choose to create your book in Word, it's super simple to do. Just watch a couple of tutorials. This is a little bit of a learning curve, just finding out where the settings that you might need are, and come up with a visual theme, maybe a color scheme or something that you can respect for the entirety of the book, so it all feels like it's part of one PDF rather different elements on different pages. If you want some embellishments to what's already there, you can always find some graphic elements that you can duplicate on the chapter pages or in different pages on the book where it makes sense. But if you want a shortcut to creating your ebook on Canva, there are so many stunning Canva ebook templates out there. I will link to some of my favorites below. They are super affordable. Some of them have like 100+ page templates that, once again, you can duplicate and use it again over and over again, and where you just simply have to paste in your content and replace the images that they've used with your own images. And that's your formatting done. You don't have to learn how to build it in Canva from scratch. You can use one of these templates and have your ebook ready in no time. Then save your ebook as a PDF and you're ready to share it. To finish formatting your book, you will also need an ebook cover. Once again, you can create this in Canva. That's something that I've also done before, especially for my Amazon planners. They have a bunch of templates you can use. You can also buy ebook cover templates out there. So if you have an idea of what you want it to look and you simply want to basically write out your title on top of it, you can find these ebook cover templates, and there are a bunch of platforms where these are sold. Or if you want something unique that's customized and built for you, you can hire a graphic designer to design an ebook cover. You can find amazing graphic designers on Fiverr or Upwork, both great platforms. I work with freelancers on both. Just read their reviews, see some examples of their past work, and give them a really detailed brief of the ebook cover. I worked with an ebook designer that I like the style of for my The She Approach 2 book series, and it always helps when you give them a really detailed brief, example, and specific details that will help them bring your vision to life. Next up, you might be wondering how to price your ebook. Ebooks can be priced anywhere from $5 to $50. I've even seen ebooks being sold for $60+. There are a couple of contributing factors to pricing your ebook, knowing what to charge for it, but the most important are the value and the contents of the book Think of it this way. Most of the time, digital products are based on their perceived value rather than the number of pages. If you can help people get rid of a really stressful or annoying problem, you can charge a lot more than if you're creating something that's a nice to have. For example, you might pay $7 to $5 for a crochet pattern of something that you thought it was fun to create, a nice to have, but you will easily spend $40 to $50 on an ebook about how to sleep train your newborn to sleep through the night. A really stressful thing that's quite impactful on your life. If you're helping people solve a bigger problem, you can usually charge a little bit more. It all depends on what your target audience is willing to spend to get this problem solved or to learn a new skill. So do some market research, find similar books and see what they sell for, and decide where your ebook value falls in the range of. When I mean perceived value in the ebook contents, I mean what is included with your ebook. How big is your ebook? What kind of information does it contain? Does it come with any extra bonuses that you include? For example, if I spend $30+ on an ebook that's 20 pages, I am usually disappointed. Even if the information on those pages is not necessarily bad, I feel a bit like I've been cheated, but it's only a very short book that doesn't contain anything that's specifically new, right? So if I could find that information easily online, but I just paid $30 for it just for it to have a pretty ebook design, I usually feel a bit cheated. Unless, of course, those 10 pages included everything that I needed to do to solve the specific problem that I bought it for, in which case I'm like, well, I paid to solve that problem is solved. But let's be honest, most of the time that can't really be achieved in 10 to 20 pages. My Pinterest book and my Amazon affiliate guide are on sale for $40+. They're my most expensive books, and that is because they're both really in-depth guides with 40,000 plus words each. And that's kind of how I justify charging more, not to mention that I have a couple of bonuses that are included with it, such as templates for pin designs or landing pages for affiliate products, right? So it comes with a little extra than just the book, and I was able to increase the price due to it. So sit down, look at your final book, see how many pages and how much information it contains, what is the perceived value and the problem that it solves, and you'll be able to ideally average it out to a price that is both fair on you and your customers. The next step, start selling your ebook on your website. Now that you have your ebook PDF and you have decided on a price, it's time to list your ebook for sale. To do that, you need a software or tool that will do two things: process the payments and deliver the PDFs. There are a few tools that do that, but here are the ones that I suggest. If this is your first ebook or digital product, start with SendOwl. I used them for a few years when I got started, and this is what I used to sell my ebooks for the first few years of selling them. They create shoppable buttons that allows your customers to add your ebooks to cart and process the payments. They connect with PayPal and Stripe for that, so it's really easy for people to buy and pay for them online. They deliver the PDFs automatically, and they can even host an affiliate program. Plans with them start at only $9 per month. I think I was on the $15 per month plan, which I found really useful because you can add things like upsells, affiliates, and so on, which is really helpful when you have multiple products and you really want to create a marketing team behind it. But if you have more digital products for sale, or you're planning to also create other digital products or maybe courses in the future to sell on your blog, and you want them hosted all in the same place, then I highly recommend signing up to Thrivecart. They are responsible for all my gorgeous checkout pages, the student area where people go in to access their ebook downloads and go through the courses that they have enrolled. They manage my affiliate program, allowing people to promote my products, and a lot more. Plus, they're just a one-time fee. You never have to pay for them again. It's not a reoccurring fee. You don't have to pay for them every single month. So you do end up saving money down the line. And if you remember the nursing blogger that I mentioned earlier, who made over $1 million in digital product sale, guess what tool she was using to sell her ebooks, memberships, and digital products? Thrivecart. And if you do decide to sign up to either SendOwl or Thrivecart, and you do it through my links that are below, reach out and let me know, because I will send you my ebook sales page template that you can embed on your website for free, and that is based on the sales page of one of my best-selling ebooks, and I'll send that to you as a bonus. And coming back to tools and softwares that you can use to sell your ebook, additionally, you can also use ConvertKit if you already have an email list with them, or Podia, which is kind of an all-in-one platform. If you're on a WordPress site, you can also install the free WooCommerce extension. I do find that it slows down your website a little bit, but it allows you to create a shop section. You can also create a subsection of your blog with Shopify, and you can sign up to that to sell digital products as well. Next up, I'm going to quickly show you how to build a sales page. So checkout pages are great, but they're often very short and they're just meant to get people to buy. They summarize all the information, but if you often send people directly to a checkout page without sending them to a sales page where you share all the information they need to know, they're not going to make the purchase. So you need a sales page that illustrates your knowledge, talks about what's included in the ebook, who's it for, what problems it's going to solve, that relays a couple of testimonials from past people who have bought and used the book, and you really need one for every single digital product that you have for sale. Sendowl allows you to create very succinct sales pages, while ThriveCard, you can actually create pretty impressive sales pages and checkout pages all in one. So it really depends on personal preference, but I prefer to build my sales pages independently on my blog. And to do that, I use the free Elementor page builder. It's a drag and drop page builder where I add checkout buttons that are connected to my sales processor. So when I use Sendowl, I used these buttons to connect them to Sendowl, and now I use my ThriveCard links. No matter what software you're using to sell your ebooks, it will most often than not connect to these sales pages. Even if you choose to use something like PayPal buttons, you can incorporate them into an Elementor page, which once again, free to create. I actually have an entire video where I go through how you can create an ebook sales page in Elementor on my channel, so make sure to check that out. I also share my formula of the 12 elements you need for a high converting sales page inside my ebook bestseller bootcamp course, which is now open for enrollment. In fact, I share in-depth tutorials for each and every step that I mentioned in this video, and I go over all of them inside my course, including expert interviews with experts like the professional proofreader that I mentioned, an affiliate manager that will help you build an affiliate team and a marketing team, a sales expert that will teach you how to put together a marketing plan to launch your ebook and make sales off the bat, and a lot more. If you want to add a new revenue stream to your blog and business, and this video has inspired you to create an ebook, and you want to be able to create it in 30 days or so in a super efficient manner, then sign up to my self-publishing course now. I will leave a link with a discount down below so you can get the best price possible when signing up. Come and join over 1,000 students that are already part of it and who have already launched their profitable ebooks. But if you want me to create additional tutorials here on my YouTube channel for any of these steps, or if you have any questions about writing, formatting, or designing an ebook, let me know in the comment section below. I could talk about this all day, and I've been writing ebooks for so long that I feel so passionate about helping others do so. And I've also bought so many ebooks that have changed and improved my life. So I really think that if you can put together an ebook that will impact people's lives, do it. It really is an amazing opportunity, not only to boost your income, but to have a major impact into somebody's life and really help them do something in a way that they don't have to scram and look on 20 different websites to get the information that you can put together in one single place. And I'm not kidding when I'm saying this is passive income. I'm still getting sales from ebooks that I've written 4 to 5 years ago, or ebooks that I've written 2 years ago, without doing a lot of extra work other than just updating them and making sure that the information and that the links are still active that I've already included in the book. It is really such a great opportunity to be able to help so many more people at the same time. That's the magic of digital products, and if you don't have one for sale on your blog or website, you are missing out. So what are you waiting for? Come up with your ebook idea or your idea for your next digital product, and let me know if you need any help down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I know this has been a long video, but I really wanted to encompass as much as I possibly could in it. And if you wanted any extra tutorials on designing an ebook, doing it in Canva, doing it in Word, picking a profitable ebook topic, or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Or if you have your own ebook for sale, paste it down below. Share the link with us. There might be somebody else reading the comments that could benefit from buying your ebook. I'll see you on the next video.